Randy Orton, the World Heavyweight Champion, the one title Mark Henry has never held in his WWE career. You can see the official holding up that World Heavyweight Championship. That's what this match is all about. The likes of Shawn Michaels, Batista, Edge, Triple H, Booker T have held the World Heavyweight Championship. It is a prestigious title. It is the night of champions where all titles are defended. And Randy Orton looking to leave Night of Champions as still the World Heavyweight Champion. But he's got to get through a brick wall. I'm talking about the world's strongest man with a world's strongest slam. Mark Henry, these two tops out of the ring. But Mark Henry showing his power very early into this match, just launching Orton into the corner. Randy Orton gonna have to use that quickness of his, like a snake slithering. Orton knows where to target his opponent's weak points. Mark Henry having blown out his knee before. Randy Orton knows that. That's what happens when you face the WWE's apex predator, Randy Orton. He's studied you. He knows your weak points. And Randy Orton, delivering a knee drop to the face of Henry, but Henry just stands right back up. And Orton sidesteps, sending Henry to the outside onto the floor. And there are those mind games by Randy Orton. That is not a person you ever want to play mind games with. Of course, I'm not talking about Mark Henry. I'm talking about Randy Orton. You don't want to get caught up in a mind games battle with Randy Orton. It's almost like a brain versus brawn situation here. Mark Henry, as tough as they come, literally the world's strongest man, as I've mentioned numerous times, and has Orton up on his shoulder, up above her. He was looking for a Gorilla Slam press. Went for an RKO, blocked by Henry. Big boot to the face of Orton. And Randy Orton can dodge Mark Henry all night long, all he wants. But once you end up running into Mark Henry, it's like running into a brick wall. And let's take a look at this, how the match started when Henry sent Randy Orton into the turnbuckles. Just absolutely impressive power. Boom. Look at that splash. All 400 plus pounds of Mark Henry splashing into Randy Orton in the corner. And now measuring up the Viper, the apex predator, looking for a world's strongest slam to become world champion. Randy Orton lands on his feet. Orton looking for a sleeper hold. This is a smart strategy. You got to tame the beast. You got to put him away, put him to sleep. Trying to cut the air off of Mark Henry. Mark Henry was not expecting this from Randy Orton. Randy Orton studied Mark Henry's weak points, like when he got one after that knee earlier. Now in the corner, the break was forced. Look at these clubbing blows to the chest of Mark Henry by Randy Orton. You can hear the sound of those absolutely brutal shots. But that just rocked Randy Orton. Oh my. Swipe or no swiping. Mark Henry just swiped Randy Orton off the top. Look at this. Bow! Just knocked Randy Orton right off the top turnbuckle with that clubbing right. Randy Orton is stunned. And now Mark Henry is stalking his prey. Ironically, it's usually Randy Orton, the Viper, the apex predator, who haunts his prey. But the hunter is now being hunted by the bigger fish in the sea. Boom! Mark Henry looking to become a world champion for the first time in his WWE career. And Henry, boom, What a headbutt to Orton. That thick skull of Henry nearly cracking Orton's skull like an egg. Mark Henry just manhandling Randy Orton. Look at, oh my God, no. Look at the way he's bending Randy Orton. He's about to bend him in half. We've seen Henry bend a frying pan in half. We've seen Henry pick up a 2-ton truck before. Henry nearly just bending Randy Orton in half and snapping him like a twig. Henry utilizing the ring post, utilizing that 5 count by the official to the fullest extent. Talk about the pain Orton must be feeling right now. He almost got bent in half, snapped. And now more damage being done to the back of Orton. All 400 plus pounds of Henry standing on the spine of the Viper, Randy Orton. And Mark Henry could just be moments away from defeating Randy Orton. Look at that slam to Orton. 400 plus pounds splashing onto the chest of Orton. Is it enough? Orton kicking out at 2. How much more of these power moves where all the weight of Henry's crashing onto him can Randy Orton take? How much willpower does Randy Orton have? How far is Randy Orton willing to go to retain his heavyweight championship? That's what we're finding out right now. And right now, Mark Henry is putting on a beating of a lifetime on Randy Orton. And here comes an elbow drop by Henry across the chest. Talk about knocking the wind out of your opponent. That'll surely crack a few. Hooks the leg, only enough for a 2 count on Orton. Orton's not done yet. And Randy Orton holding onto that chest. Mark Henry could have cracked the chest of Orton. This is about the World Heavyweight Championship. Being the champion. One of the most prestigious championships here in the WWE. Mark Henry has done a lot of crazy things to a lot of crazy people. To some very dangerous men Mark Henry has brutalized in the past. The likes of Kane and The Undertaker. Going back to 2007. It was May 11th when Mark Henry nearly ended the career of The Undertaker before The Undertaker would rise to the occasion and would meet Mark Henry at Unforgiven 2007. But you scratch forward, you see what Mark Henry has always been able to do throughout his career, and that's always adding new members into the Hall of Pain. And now looking to add Randy Orton to the Hall of Pain tonight. Looking to take Randy Orton's World Heavyweight Championship. Mark Henry with a slam, with a splash. But Orton gets out of harm's way. 400 plus pounds. Nobody home. Crashing into the canvas. And that's going to knock the wind out of Henry for the time being. This is a great opportunity for Randy Orton to capitalize on. And here you go. Randy Orton going with these clubbing blows to the head of Henry. Henry trying to block these shots. The ref trying to pull Randy Orton back. Telling Orton to get out of the corner. And Randy Orton went for a clothesline. It's going to take a lot more than that to knock Henry off his feet. And again. Drop kick. This time Henry goes down. This time Randy Orton takes Mark Henry off his feet. Mark Henry wisely, wait a minute. It was only wise for a few seconds because now he's in position. But Henry just too powerful, countering with an emphatic thunderous headbutt to the skull of Orton. Like a Mack truck railing through Randy Orton. Randy Orton trying to pull himself up. Oh boy, it's time. World's Strongest Slam. We got a new champion. Wait a minute. Randy Orton just kicked out of the World's Strongest Slam, and Mark Henry can't believe it. You gotta wonder, what's it gonna take to keep Randy Orton down for the 3? But what Mark Henry can't do is get frustrated. He can't let this opportunity slip away to win his first major championship in WWE. 15 years, the world's strongest man has tried to become world champion. And this could be the time. This could be the place here at Night of Champions 2011. From the second rope, Henry looking for a splash. Orton gets the boots up right to the jaw of Henry. Here comes Randy Orton going after that knee once again of Henry. DDT in the middle of the ring. And now Randy Orton, he's going to that place. He's feeling it. Here we go. Randy Orton's fired up. He's calling his shot. But Henry wisely rolling to the outside. He thought he was out of arm's way, but Randy Orton looking for that patented DDT. That draping DDT off the middle rope once again. Will it connect this time? Look at that. And Randy Orton connected with that DDT. That is vintage Randy Orton. Hook the leg. Will it be enough? But Henry, instincts caught up. He was able to grab the bottom rope. And now Randy Orton is back up to his feet. That was smart by Mark Henry. And now Randy Orton looking to go to that place. Mark Henry struggling to pull himself up and just collapsing right back down. And the wheels are turning for WWE's Apex Predator. Randy Orton, once upon a time, a legend killer. Look at Mark Henry countering Randy Orton, sending Orton chest first in the middle rope. Playing a little bit of possum there. Henry digging down with these devious tactics. Sometimes you have to think smarter than your opponent. Taking Randy Orton's leg out from under him. Sweeping the feet of the Viper. And now telling the official to check. It seemed like Randy Orton was asking the official to check on his knee. Randy Orton could be seriously hurt. This is a different Henry. This is a vicious Mark Henry. You can see the devious look. The diabolical look in his eyes. The Viper, Randy Orton. Trying to pull himself up. And a boot right to the knee once again of Randy Orton. Randy Orton is in a tough spot. A very dangerous situation. Mark Henry is in a dangerous place mentally right now. That is dangerous for Randy Orton. Randy Orton. Look at how defiant Randy Orton is. RKO, nope. Countered again by Mark Henry. And here comes a world's strongest slam. That's all over. We got a new world champion. Mark Henry, for the first time in his WWE career, is world heavyweight champion. The world's strongest man is world heavyweight champion. And all the doubters, you can put that to rest now because you can see the big man, the over 400 plus pounder, another accolade to add to his life accomplishments. This is just another one he took with his bare hands. Mark Henry is your new world heavyweight champion. Randy Orton was one heck of a world champion. But a new mean streak, a new era. And Mark Henry's first victim of the Hall of Pain as world champion. Mark Henry sending a message. Becoming the world champion. Randy Orton gave Mark Henry everything. But in the end, Mark Henry, that world's strongest slam, the first time Orton was able to kick out. Mark Henry playing possum. Lord Randy Orton, that shoulder was done for. And then shot to the knee, just kicking the knee out from Randy Orton. And you can see the pain. Randy Orton was writhing in pain. And then here it was. An RKO attempt. That was the beginning, and that was pretty much the end there for Randy Orton. Turns around. Second world's strongest slam. There's no surviving this. 1, 2, 3. Mark Henry, your new world heavyweight champion. The era of the world's strongest man begins.